Thank you very much. Esteemed His Excellency, the Governor of Orissa, Sri Mullidhar Chandrakant Bhandari, so we are grateful by your very kind presence here. Mr. D.N.Padhi, IAS, he is the Chief Executive Officer of the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. Mr. Ashok Kumar Tripathi, Principal Secretary, Tourism and Culture, Government of Orissa. Mr. D.N.Padhi, Deputy Director General and Station Director of the Doordarshan, both in Orissa and Chhattisgarh. Mr. B.P. Tripathi, former Principal of the Institute of Hotel Management. And Rotarian S.K. Mishra, President of the Rotary Club of Bhubaneswar Heritage. Distinguished delegates to this national seminar, the first ever in the country after the Act was promulgated by the Government of India. Members of the press, the media, ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to be present here this morning and share my thoughts on this subject. But let me tell you in advance that we have very important 5 technical sessions coming up in the next 1.5 days, and you would have immense opportunity of discussing your doubts, making your comments, expressing your remarks, and giving us suggestions. And we will be very delighted to receive all of them. We intend also that at the end of the session in the valedictory we'll announce by Mr. Ashok Kumar Tripathi, the Principal Secretary, about Bhubaneswar Declaration. Friends, all of you know that we had 7 different acts, all relating to the food sector. The Prevention of Food Adulteration Act, and the vegetable oil packaging, the vegetable fruits, whatnot, including certain provisions in the Essential Commodities Act of 1955. All of them to an extent that they are inconsistent with the provisions of the Food Safety and Standards Act 2006. Stand repealed, though not in complete thing, and I'm sure you'll hear more about it in the different sessions. And all these have now been coalesced, put together, and then the best practices have been put to, and this act has come into being. And the intention is to make it people-centric. And the intention of this seminar is to make it a forum for people's ownership. The people of the country as citizens will have to own this act. Its government, in Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, they had promulgated this act. The aim and objects are very well known. The intentions are there. We have a regulator, we have administrative systems, we have a fast-track judicial system, there's a jurisdiction of the civil, the courts, and a tribunal. All that is enmeshed into the provisions of the Act. But it is said, the effectiveness of Act depends on how effectively it is implemented. We may have a plethora of acts. We may perhaps the only country which can, apart from boasting being at a soft state, not in terms of political soft state, but soft state these days in management language is known as intellectual states. The intellectual countries are known as the soft countries in the sense we export software in terms of intelligence. So apart from being a very proud country that we have so much to give to the world in terms of our intellectual contributions, we also perhaps have the largest number of acts in the world in any country. But then this has to be worked. And it can be worked only if the people themselves are, look at it as a watchdog, keep a watch on it, take full advantage of it, and like the Consumer Protection Act, this is basically a subset, if you may put it, of the Consumer Protection Act. Because here you have to ensure your rights in getting wholesome, uncontaminated, safe food. Not only for yourself, for your family, for your friends, for your community. That's one aspect. The other aspect is The citizens of the country, from the poorest of the poor to the highest in the country, everybody has a right to save food. We have opened up our economy, and there's a lot of global commerce and trade taking place. We import, we export. We cannot export if you don't keep to the standards of the other countries. We cannot import if they don't meet our requirements. So everything has to be now on a scientific basis. There should be some amount of transparency in what's happening. All the packages should be such that they are not tampered with, and you also have the best use dates by which it should be best